Just want to remind myself it's only 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I think. I've been up for quite a while, but my arm it's hurting. It's hurting. It's letting me know that, yeah, I was injured a couple of years ago and I'm still not fully healed. And so I was just lying here thinking, and do my best not to feel sorry for myself, and reminding myself, thank you very much for the kind reminder from Spirit that this is nowhere near the intensity of pain that it used to be. Used to be just mind-boggling the amount of, oh my God, and pain is a real interesting thing. That how many different forms of physical pain am I going to experience in this lifetime? I think I'm done exploring the pain body, the physical pain body for damn sure, and that emotional pain thing, yeah, it's all wrapped together. I don't like it, because whenever this is going, it can tap into my emotions in a minute and make me feel terrible and, oh, I'm not healed, and, oh, blah, 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 and get real sidetracked with possibly going down a real rabbit hole of, oh, wait, put this into perspective, Kate, that, I'm able to function. I used to have to wear a sling and, smoke a whole lot of weed to make that shit not rule my world and make me non-functional. I couldn't lift my hands over my arm over my head. I couldn't take a shower and use both of my paws to wash everything. It was a real bother and a hassle. And it's my right arm. I'm right-handed. Fortunately, I can be, ambidextrous. However, I need both my hands when I want to do two-handed things. And so it's been a challenge. And, it taps into a part of me that just brings up a dark period of my life that I don't like to think about, that I don't like to think about the darkness that was that. I don't have a problem looking at my part of that. What I have a problem with is knowing that darkness still exists and it's unresolved. It's not unresolved in me. 100%, I'm not fully okay, obviously, or it wouldn't still be here. So there must still be some tendrils of something. And I'm not about to berate myself or go back and think about how I did that to myself, how I deserved it, how no matter what anybody told me then or tells me now or would try to tell me, that physical brutality, no, not okay. Energetic brutality, not okay. It's almost worse, because I can't lay my hands on somebody. What's my next best action? Is I'm going to go keyboard gangster and weird behind the scenes in the quiet and the sly, where you don't understand energetically, apparently, that you can't do that. And people that feel powerless, and they definitely can't go out and do anything physical to exert and squirt their rage about that powerlessness. What's their favorite way of going gangsta is to, troll around in the ethers somewhere where, this isn't just the ethers in the internet. This is the ethers of the universe, and you're cooking up some weird shit. And, no, because, I may not know about a troll. However, the universe does. The universe is very aware of malware. They're constantly running, the antivirus, constantly running the antivirus. It's called karma and balancing. And, it's something I've discussed a million times. And, human beings, we aren't getting it. We're just not understanding the process. And to continue to level up in the wrong way just means that all of those ivory towers that get erected and leveled up on the back of somebody else, that's coming down. Those are not towers that will stand long term. They're astrology towers and tarot towers that come down to change. Team 555, right? Team change. I'm Jersey number 555. And I'm all about change, because any place where we're going to stand still and get stagnant, moss is going to grow under our feet. That's not the human understanding of ourselves. The human understanding of ourselves is to have a curious nature, to constantly be growing, to constantly be seeking, to constantly be looking. How would it be that we would have arrived where we arrive if we hadn't had that in our DNA understanding? Not just a few of us that have that. Nope, every single human being. Don't care where you come from intergalactically. Nope, don't care. All the same stardust, and here on Earth, that's what equalizes us. Whatever you are out there in outer space, great. However, here in Humanville, we're all the same. Some of us have better skill at this, than this, than this, than this, and we all have something to contribute. And when we're all operationally contributing our best, that's the best society, the utopian society that we will never have. For as long as we continue to believe that my way is better than yours and yours doesn't deserve its place. Now, you're deserving a place with your destruction and your manifesto of what? No, that's not okay. That's not allowed. That's not what life is about. Life propagating life means we support the propagation of life, not the destruction of it by boxing it in and killing it with, no, they aren't allowed cuz. So life understands itself. We already know inside ourselves the survival instinct. Let's get away from living at that level of survival that we really think we have to kill everybody in our path that seems dangerous, because right now I'm pretty sure that most of the planet believes that the rest of the planet is dangerous, and they would be correct. Most everywhere that I'm looking, there isn't any place that I'm standing anytime except for right here is where I feel most comfortable outside of my, tiny little apartment where anything could happen. Then I have to be aware of the fact that shit could break loose anytime, anywhere. That's just life. And we are at that point, the flashpoint of that somebody like to match anywhere on this planet. It's gonna, because it does. Just turn on the news. You'll be happy to sit down and watch the 24/7 and the breaking news of what the most horrible thing is that's just happened. And there are people that actually look for that. They're feeding on that because it's helping that survival instinct. They feel like they're, staying connected to life force because the adrenaline is going. And self-righteous indignation is a form of adrenaline junkie, BTW. For those of us that, well, I don't do that. Well, I don't do that. Well, I don't do that either. Oh, okay. Well, I don't do any of it that I don't make myself aware of. I want to be aware of everything that I'm saying and doing and contributing, because if it's contributing to the problem, that's me having to pay that back to the universe. And it's not just because I don't want to have to owe anybody anything universally. It's that I don't like people hurting. I don't care if somebody's caused the hurt. They're not going to be the first one to be helped, probably, in my world, if they're actively causing hurt. However, it doesn't mean that they don't deserve to get their needs met, because anybody that's causing this kind of destruction and this kind of lie, facade, and bullshit and destruction of the individual and their right to express themselves, anybody doing that kind of stuff, man, you got some unresolved stuff in you all day long. And, if you want to sit down and have an honest communication about why it is that you would want to reach outside of your own self with dictating to another person what their quality of life could be, should be, or will be. Criminal mentality and all of that, we have to find a way to deal with the criminal element as it's working its way out of our existence. Is it going to work its way out of our existence in my lifetime? Not likely. I doubt that the supermax prisons are going to be dumped out and we're going to be a law-abiding society. We already aren't one. So I can't imagine there's going to be a mass exodus from the, supermax prisons worldwide. And we just figured out that's why, the whole idea of we're going to be lofty spiritual and we'll just hippie it out and, love mug it to death. That's great. It is a tactic, and we definitely need our love warriors out there. We definitely need our spiritual warriors out there too, that are doing the spiritual warfare and can stand on solid ground and say, absolutely not. No. With loving kindness. It doesn't look very loving, perhaps, to have someone say, no fucking way are you going to do that. Sit down and be quiet. No. It can seem rather severe, and yet we do the tough love thing with our children if we want them to grow up and not be monsters, or do we? Seems we missed a few of the tough love, and then some of them went tough, stupid love into just abuse. There's a fine line, I guess, between tough love and abuse. It's not all that fine of a line. It's a pretty big, broad black line that says don't cross this, and the danger zone is met when you start losing respect for another life form. I don't care what it is. When you lose respect and you can no longer look that entity in its face, in its presence, look upon it, gaze upon it with anything but hostility, you can't look at it and gaze upon it with respect, that's a problem. And everywhere that I'm looking at somebody that I'm feeling less than respectful, that's a problem for me to fix. And it's not a problem for me to fix myself about why somebody else can't do that towards me. That's my fucking error. If I'm having trouble looking at someone and seeing their humanity, ooh, you better check that shit out, Kate, because that's your fucking problem, not theirs. Even if they are being an asshole, doesn't mean that I'm going to spend time with them. I better be able to verbalize that, yes, you deserve to be respected and loved, and I'm not the person that can do that now. Bye. And move it out, move it on, keep it pushing, that they don't get taken out or discarded or become expendable just because they're unsavory. They're saying things I don't like. Just because people say and do things I don't like doesn't mean they should be cast off the planet or eaten alive by, bad paradigm, or that they should die senselessly in the violence because they're just not strong enough to stand up against all of the confusion and the chaos and all the different conspiracy theories about whose fault it is. It's your fault. How about that? It's your fault, Kate. Whose fault is it? It's yours. Take full responsibility for it. But I don't want to. Well, then who's going to? So far, at 53 years, I'd say nobody. Okay, well then, Kate, what are you going to do? I guess take full responsibility. Doesn't mean I take full accountability. Shit that ain't mine, ain't mine. That's the broke part. It's that I used to believe that shit that wasn't mine was mine, and that it was mine to fix either way. Now, I only know that the broke shit that's mine, that's what I have to fix, and that's it. And I can acknowledge and see the broke shit in other situations, and it's my job to remove myself from anything that's not your business. Don't make it your business. What's the criteria for making it my business? Very little. Like imminent death for a person. That's about it. Imminent danger, death, decapitation, that kind of thing, I'll intervene. Beyond that, you're on your own. If I see you running into a building that's on fire and I call out to you and say, yo, that building's on fire, you're going to want to not do that. Okay. And then I'm going to have to go home and possibly smoke 2 or 3 bowls in order to deal with watching you run into a building and set on fire, and then listen to you screaming as you go down in your melted pile of ignorance about, I wouldn't listen to her because she's white, or she's a girl, or she's stupid, or she's that. Not a good idea. Everybody has merit, everybody has value, and everybody has pearls of wisdom that they can be burping up and spitting out. Are you? If you're burping up and spitting out a pop ring, I don't want that. So don't promise me that. Promise me that you'll make a pearl. All that agitation in your little clamshell, turn it into a pearl. And then maybe you find the cat's getting ready to pee in the corner. I'm going to kick his ass. No, he's not. I don't know what he's doing. He's old and, he's confused. And sometimes he pees in the corner. No, he's decided he's going to lay down. I don't really know what he's doing. But I forgot what I was going to say. I'm going now. My arm is doing better. It's time for more Tylenol. I haven't had to take it in quite a while. And so I was feeling a little bit like, nothing fear. Take full responsibility for that, Kate. Okay, it's about time for more, Tylenol. What do you mean to do? Am I going to sit here and whine about it hurts? Complain about it? Yeah, I did. Okay, now what? Did you want to turn that into an all-day thing? Or, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's stating the obvious. My arm hurts. Okay. Yes, it does. And it's the same truth as 5 minutes ago. Shall we come back to this in another 5? Or shall we just kind of log that as, yep, that hurts, and move on? Okay, what do we do instead? I don't know. We start out by going into the kitchen and do something to help myself, to feel better, and have some tea. Be grateful that the upgrades that are happening this weekend are happening, and I'm safe. I'm in my home. I love my cats, myself, my life, and things are very good. So I have much to be grateful for, even though there's a whole lot that I could be ungrateful for. Why? Why start out in arrears already, having to get out of the toilet to get up to the basement, get up to the basement to get up to the penthouse? Why don't I start at least on, ground level, and then I'll get up to the penthouse? Okay, it's kind of dumb to do it the other way, isn't it? I might be, behind the power curve if I'm trying to tunnel out 6 miles below ground zero to get up to the top and then start my journey. Might be a little bit tired if I do it that way. So why don't I start out with, oh yes, I'm grateful that this shit doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. I'm functional. I have Tylenol. I didn't have any for a long time, and I just got some, so I have that. I have teas and I have juices to get me through, my stomach, and I have my cats here. I have sun. I have warmth. I have Colorado mountains. I have beauty. And I have me, and I have my spiritual advisors, my angel teams, and my guides that are here with me. And I'm grateful for that, even when I feel strangely disconnected or, weird and disoriented and all of that, I just keep grabbing that hand and go, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. No matter what, if it looks stupid to somebody else, no matter if they would look at me and say, yeah, she's crazy. And I ain't stabbing anybody in their eye and telling them they're crazy. So, maybe you want to rethink what you're saying to me. If I'm staying out of your nose and out of your business, and out of your butt, why would you want to be in mine just because I'm different? I say something different. I do something different. I don't want to hunt anybody down because they do something different. Even if they want to hunt me down, I don't want to hunt them down in retaliation. That's stupid. So yada, yada, yada. Time for me to remember that I'm on that positive aspect of, just do this a different way and shake up the energy. It's time to get up off this bed, change my position, and move it along and go find out what my little friend there on Instagram, I misunderstood a post and commented something stupid. So she's kind. I don't know her. I mean, I just know her because we follow each other on Instagram. But I just misunderstood what she wrote and I made a dumbass comment based on misunderstanding. So clean it up and be careful. Fortunately, that's a very small thing versus if I launched out into something far more dangerous and reprehensible. So I'm glad that it was just I misunderstood the connotation and the nuance of that. I didn't launch the, nuclear device. So I'm good. Thank you, divinity. Bye.